Welcome back, it's Hema here, and I've got a FAANG stocks update for you. Today's Wednesday, September 15th, 2021. Important reminder before we look at the charts that trading and investing can be extremely risky business, therefore it's your responsibility to evaluate any information, opinion, advice, or other content contained in this video. So the FAANG stocks, F-A-A-N-G, are a group of stocks that are tech stocks, and they're very popularly traded and followed. One of them is Apple, which is the leader in the S&P 500, but the F in FAANG is for Facebook. So I'm looking here at a daily chart of Facebook, every candle representing 1 day of price action. And I've also got my RSI Power Zones indicator along the bottom, as well as my triple moving average filter. And both of those are detailed and taught in full with training, videos, handouts, and more in the 4 zones RSI coverage system. Now, when you look at the daily chart of Facebook, and I noticed this when I was doing my weekly stock picks last night, Facebook is sort of just kind of hanging out. It's not quite turning into any sort of topping pattern or downtrend right now, but it is definitely taking a breather in its uptrend. And we could do multi-time frame analysis to dive in deeper, but for the quick update that I want to give you here, I want you to start looking at the price action that's sort of narrowing in, this consolidation that's forming, all right? Keep an eye on that for a potential breakout higher. Also notice that the lower moving average filter, again, the settings are in the 4 zones RSI coverage system, has been holding the corrective price action since the spring. So I think that if there is going to be weakness in Facebook, it's probably going to be limited to that moving average, the purple one, or the August 19th range. And big picture, still room to the upside, but monitor the short-term action closely. All right, moving along, we will go to Apple. So that is one of the 2 A's there in FAANG. And Apple is at an interesting point because it had this very nice, healthy run-up, and then it went sideways, but still was continuing higher. Now, while that was happening, all the RSI power zones did is move from the bull resistance power zone to the bull support power zone. Something that's pretty common for a market that's so strong and overbought that just, like I said, needs a breather. Now, all of this is been shaped by recent higher lows. And the most important of the recent higher lows that I'm seeing is support here at 144.50. Notice that if you take your eyeballs back, that 144.50 is also very close to this old important all-time high. So Apple continues to correct lower. However, RSI still being in the bull support power zone is warning me to stay patient and not kind of jump the gun here. We want to see if there is a hold of 144.50 or a break below that before looking at any further trend changes or new positions. All right, the other A in FAANG is Amazon. And here, Amazon has been a little bit more volatile, right? We had this very long multi-month range, broke out, and then came right back into it. Now, what's happening here is that it's attempting to close a gap. So a gap is a space of no trading, okay? There's actually no tradable action in that area. So here you can see there's a little bit of space, right, between this high here and the top of the gap that has not yet been closed up, but price is already rolling over. So what's really important here now is this most recent short-term support. The September 3rd low, if we start to fall and push below that, then I would watch out for Amazon to potentially pull back towards its long-term moving average filter. Again, the settings are all detailed and taught in the 4 zones RSI coverage system. Moving along to Netflix. So in the daily chart of Netflix, we've had this very strong run up higher. Okay, again, like Amazon had a long-term sort of choppy trading range, and now is pulling back. Notice how beautifully Netflix has been trading between the RSI power zones. Based here, came up to the bull resistance power zone and is now backing off. All right, now you should see on my chart a forecast. And a forecast is a meeting of price and time. So right here, the intersection of this purple vertical line representing time, right, as per the time axis, and this horizontal purple line representing the price in the forecast, it looks like there's a very good expectation that Netflix will trade down into this 562.59 area by tomorrow. Now, there are more advanced methods to forecasting that I teach in the loss forecasting trading system that would give you a window of time for that low to form. So you can dive into your loss forecasting trading system tutorials to remind you about that. The earliest window for that forecast, though, is tomorrow. And again, price is in this 562 area. Notice that that is close to this 557 high, this old 563 high, right? There's a lot of buyers living here, as I would say. And remember, the past definitely helps us be ready for the future. But we want to always look at the current price action to confirm anything, meaning, all right, moving along, we've got one more, and that is Google. So Google has been so nicely sort of riding the middle and shorter term moving averages in my triple moving average filter. Check it out, all the way back since late 2020. Every time it came in between these two moving averages, that was an area of demand, and Google shares went higher from there. So definitely helpful to see that we are back testing the shorter of those two moving averages. Overall, looks like Google is poised to resume higher so long as it actually stays above the August 19th low at 26.85. If it violated that low and held the moving averages, I would be less excited about any long positions. Okay. So again, room for Google to continue to kind of chop lower. Big picture, the August 19th low is providing important support. So if you like that review and that dive into 5 stocks in essentially 5 or so minutes here, be sure to attend monthly group coaching live, my members, and we do this for a whole hour. All right, remember to subscribe, like, and follow, and I'll catch you next time. You can sign up at the link to get my hot, timely, actionable updates as soon as I publish right to your inbox.